Alright, hi guys and gals, welcome to Newcastle's very own Quayside, well from the Gateshead end. Okay, I've brought you here to talk about the art of the argument, but what on earth has the Quayside got to do with the art of arguing? Can you possibly work it out? Look at that shot. Do you know how long it took to do that? Okay. So when I'm talking about arguing, I'm really meaning persuading and debating. Not going red in the face and shouting, screaming and swearing at your opponent. I mean a controlled argument. That's what's key, it's got to be controlled. Look, there's the slug, Newcastle's very own slug, bless it. Oh, she's pretty. Okay, so to my right, you're going to see Newcastle's law courts, just up there to the right hand side of me. This is a court where criminal cases are heard, and you'll see debating, persuading, basically here on a daily basis as an art form. You know, an absolute art form. Two barristers, you might know them as lawyers, that's the American term, will often thrash it out in a courtroom and try to persuade the jury with evidence and by appealing to the emotions of the court. And that's really what I want to talk to you about now. I want to show you how to structure a piece of writing to persuade your reader. This is all really about the structure of your argument. That's the key message I want to get across today. It's about the structure. And I've got a favourite 3-step formula for that, for thinking about a persuasive piece of writing. So when approaching a piece of persuasive writing, you should have really 3 goals in mind. And these are the 3 goals. First, you need to tell the reader what you're going to tell them. Second, you then need to tell them. And thirdly, you need to tell them what you've told them. In other words, an introduction, the main body of your essay, and then your conclusion, or what I prefer to call your solutions paragraph. Let's start with the intro, the introduction. Tell them what you're going to tell them. This is where you introduce your opinion about the topic. So, I don't know, let's use the topic of supporting school uniform, okay? Let's say we're going to argue for school uniform. Our opening statements need to be clear and straight to the point. Avoid saying, things I say every day, I agree with the statement, in my opinion. Your reader should be able to see that you agree with school uniform by how you talk about the topic in your introduction. And also, it's all your own opinion. It's your letter or it's your speech. So, it's all your own opinion. For example, you could say, school uniform still has a place in today's schools. It promotes a sense of community and belonging. It's also often more affordable than the latest fashion trends. Furthermore, research has shown that students are less likely to get bullied if they're all wearing the same clothing. And that would be my introduction. I could fluff it up a little bit more, and I'd probably encourage you to do so, but my reader can see straight away that I am in support of school uniform. Step 2, you need to tell the reader now. So, we've told them what we're going to tell them, now we just need to tell them. It's now time to tell the reader my 3 main points of the argument. You'll remember I've just introduced these 3 points in my introduction, so now I'm all set to develop these points further. You should use 1 paragraph per point, that's really important. So, the meat of your essay, if you like, will be 3 paragraphs long. 1 for the community idea, 1 for the affordability idea, and 1 for the bullying idea that I finished with. You really should try to include 2 to 3 persuasive language devices in each paragraph. So for example, paragraph 1, we could use a rhetorical question and an anecdote. Paragraph 2, we could use emotive language and opinions. Paragraph 3, we could use statistics and imperatives. The key point is that you've got to persuade your reader. That's why I prefer a one-sided argument. It allows you to establish a voice and argue one point throughout. Step 3, we need to tell the reader what we've just told them. So, previous step, we've just told them, we've done our 3 paragraphs, our 3 main points. Now, the final step, we need to tell the reader what we've just told them. And this is what we normally traditionally call our conclusion, but I'm going to call it solutions, and I'll tell you why. you should always offer solutions to the problems you've explored above. There's no point arguing and bleating on, for 3 paragraphs without offering a way of moving forward for the future. There's no point in doing it. It's pointless. So I think it's easier to think of a conclusion in terms of solutions. So your solutions could be this. For the sense of community, you could say, or you could suggest schools openly look for ways to promote a sense of community spirit, so this filters down to the students. You could say that. For your affordability point, you could suggest ways to make the uniform cheaper and promote more online groups for like second-hand options. For the bullying point, you could suggest working with schools who don't have a uniform policy to develop research to see if that, the impact of uniform on students' behaviour. What's key is you should try to speak directly to your reader in this final paragraph. Use the pronoun we to talk directly to whoever is reading it. You should also open each solution with firstly, secondly, thirdly. These discourse markers are important because they guide your reader. So always remember, okay, the art of argument involves 3 steps. Step 1, tell the reader what you're going to tell them. Step 2, tell them. Step 3, tell them what you've just told them. Okay, they're the 3 key points to structure an argumentative essay, a piece of writing that persuades or sets out to persuade your reader. Take care, folks. Tatty bye.